DeMarcus Cousins, I'm sure you know a little bit about him with this team. Can you see yourself playing next to him?
Yeah, I definitely could. I could see myself complimenting him. He's a great player. He can put up 20 and 15 every night. I think I could take some help away from him in the paint, stretch the floor with my shooting and things like that, my versatility. And that's really about it.
What are you trying to show in these workouts that you maybe couldn't show while you were at Indiana?
Just trying to show I can handle the ball, I can play away from the basket, and I'm real versatile, rebound the ball, rebound out of my area, and I have a great touch, and I can keep on extending my range.
Do you see yourself potentially as like a stretch four at the NBA level?
Yeah, I see myself as a stretch four, and then hopefully one day try to work my way more out to the perimeter and be a three-man. Just got to keep working.
Small sample size, but just comparing Coach Queen and his staff and Coach Malone and his staff today, any similarities, differences?
It was real similar. It was pretty intense. Most of the same stuff, getting a lot of shots up, extending the range, doing some ball handling drills, finishing different ways at the rim and things like that. So it was pretty much the same. I was pretty used to it.
No, you're a late riser in this draft. What is it that you think that you've shown people that they didn't see at Indiana?
People were real surprised with my measurements at the combine. They were real impressed. And then we had our pro day the other day, and I was just showing them how I could handle the ball and how well I could shoot it. And hopefully it's going to keep continuing to get better as I work, and just showing them my versatility, really.
How many of these draft workouts have you done so far?
This is my first one. After this, I think I have 3 or 4 more. I might add a couple more after. It all depends on how these workouts go.
What do you think? What is your agent telling you?
Okay, just jam.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's just a little sprain.
Okay. Up until then, how'd the workout go?
It's going well. You know, everybody was out there competing and going hard, so, you know, and that's what you expect out of these workouts. Everybody go out there and compete.
Marcus, just your impression on Sacramento. I'm sure you're kind of in the evaluation phase of a lot of franchises, and just curious. I know it's a small sample size, but just the vibe with Coach Malone and the staff, ownership.
You know, got a great coaching staff. You know, everybody gets along with each other. You know, they're very interactive with their players, and you can tell they really care. So you know, that's a good thing. You know, looking forward what teams you're possibly going to go to. That's a good thing to have in the coaching staff.
Marcus, last year you had a chance to participate in the USA minicamp and play with DeMarcus Cousins. Can you talk a little bit about that experience of playing with DeMarcus? And
it was a fun experience. You know, it was a great experience. You know, because I was one of 2 college kids that got to play in that, and playing with DeMarcus. You know, it was very competitive. You know, he plays a lot of emotion, you know, and he competes every day. So, you know, and it makes the game more fun that way. So, you know, playing with DeMarcus was great.
Did you get a chance to, you know, play on the same team as him? And if so, did you guys maybe try and develop a little bit of chemistry? Okay.
Have you looked at this roster at all? It seems like you'd be a pretty good fit here. A lot of the things you do, given your size, your defense, you'd be a pretty good fit with this team. Have you looked at that?
Really, not really. You know, haven't looked at any of the rosters so much as like in that aspect of just going out here, you know, trying to prove that I can play at the next level.
Is there anything that you tried to prove to this coaching staff today that you can do? There's a lot written about your shooting, which maybe isn't as good as it will need to be at some point. Do you try to convince them you can shoot the ball with skill?
A little bit, you know, but just try to go out there and do what I do best, and you know, that's compete and play defense.
What are some of the interviews you've done?
Well, which is good for me. Let them see what I can do. Just try to be out there, be active as much as I can defensively, and just knock down my shots.
The last time I talked to you was 2009. I don't remember you having a beard.
Yeah, this is a recent addition. A few months ago, just started growing it out.
Just for fun?
Yeah, just started growing it and then just left it. I don't know. That's a few months. Yeah, it's a few months. Yeah, you're fast.
That's impressive. Can I ask you about UCLA? You're probably over talking about that whole thing, but those of us who haven't been able to talk to you very much in the last few years, just wrong situation or things just didn't go right?
Yeah, it was just a tough situation. I mean, the amount of bigs we had there was just tough. Getting playing time, getting confident in the program. But I mean, finished out there. I was glad to get the degree. It was a good experience overall. Learned a lot from that.
Yeah, you got a degree in 3 years, right?
Yes.
In what?
Economics.
And Pepperdine was great for you.
Yeah, Pepperdine was awesome. Got there, the people were great. Just felt really comfortable right from the start and was able to just enjoy basketball.
Did you play a lot there facing the basket, or did you have your back to the basket?
Mostly back to the basket. In that league, I was a center, and on our team, I was the biggest guy, so I had to play center and go up against all the other bigs. So that was a little tough, but I did what I had to do.
I saw you blocked like almost 3 shots a game. I mean, that's good no matter what league you're in. Is that something that you worked on? Or?
It's something I've always been good at. I mean, in high school, I blocked a lot of shots. Obviously, smaller competition, but I carried it over into college, and just that good timing, just kind of naturally good at it.
Blocked a shot against Loyola for the win, right?
Yeah.
Was that your biggest college moment?
Yeah, that was probably the biggest one. Yeah, that block Anthony Ireland for that game-winning 3. Yeah.
How does your game translate to the NBA level?
I think it's good for being a stretch 4, be able to draw the bigs out, knock down threes. That was the biggest thing today, just be able to show them my range to 3. I didn't shoot that many threes this year, so it was good to show them that.
You can see yourself playing next to Cousins then?
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Did you see much of the Kings in the last couple of years?
I try to watch as much as I can. I mean, down there you get mostly Lakers on TV, so it's kind of hard to see it, but I've been following them a little bit.
Had a lot of shots up. We're able to compete a little bit as well, so it was good to be able to show every part of your game like that.
Was this your first one, or have you done before?
No, I worked out in Toronto, and then I'm just starting out pretty much now.
You got a whole bunch planned?
I think 5 or 6.
5 or 6 more?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you tried to show these guys today that you're capable of doing? Did you go in with a mindset at all, or just do your thing?
No, you definitely want to stick to your game. That's why they brought you in there. They see something they like, but definitely show that you could knock down the NBA 3. Playing in college, you're not able to show that. So through the shooting drills and through the competitive side, show that you could knock that down, and personally just show that I could defend point guards and one-on-one. Coming from Syracuse, a lot of people question whether you could defend. So that's
you only play zone.
Yeah. So I tried to go out there and show I could defend. The
one thing that everybody talks about you weren't able to show the other day, and that's how you can run a team and distribute the ball and that kind of thing, right? Is that your number one skill set, do you think?
Yeah, definitely top of my game. I think the scouts that have watched me and the GMs, I think they know I'm not able to show my leadership skills and how I can run a team through 2-on-2. But I think it adds to my game. If I'm able to show what I could do out here in the 2-on-2 setting, on top of me being able to run a team, I think it'll help me and help them like me more.
What do you get to do to distinguish yourself amongst this group of point guards? I mean, Marcus Smart's a real big physical guy, like some of the 6'6", physical specimen. What do you have to do to stand out in that group?
Play my game pretty much. I think probably the most true point guard out of the group. I think I'm able to run a team. And I think I'm able to score with the best of them in this class, as far as point guard. So I'm just going to go out there and play my game, and whether they draft me higher than anybody else, I'm just worried on getting on the right team and the right fit.
How many years of prep school did you do?
3 years.
3 years,
Yep.
and you grew up in
Toronto.
So were you a Steve Nash fan growing up, or?
Yeah. I think you have to be. Growing up in Canada, and doing so much things in the NBA, MVPs and All-Stars, and just putting Canada on the map. And I think he's the ambassador for Canadian basketball.
How much of an influence was Vince Carter growing up?
He was big. I think he kind of budded the interest of the kids. Myself, growing up in Toronto, seeing them go to the playoffs and superstars in the NBA playing for Toronto, right down the street from you is kind of makes you want to play basketball. So I think that definitely helped, not only myself, but, the generation that, you're seeing right now of Canadian players.
You remember Doug Christie when he was up there with the
Yeah. They're actually showing some Doug Christie highlights of when he was on the Kings, and I remember when he was on Toronto and how much harder he played with, and it's just ridiculous.
Did the whole Vince Carter, that time in history, elevate just the overall competition in basketball? Because you look at yourself, Wiggins, Bennett, you got a lot of guys coming from Canada now.
Yeah, I think so. I didn't really look at it at, he personally, I was playing basketball before, Vince Carter, came to Toronto, but, I think, the general population kind of got interested in basketball after they seen so much success, with Vince Carter and him being, superstar in the NBA at the time. And I think that really helped, basketball pick up in Canada.
You're the second